Hey, it's Mike from Random Bits RV, and we're coming to you in beautiful southern Michigan. I am taking all of my towing equipment and pulling it all out and replacing it with all Roadmaster product. Let's do some installs. I'm going to install the Roadmaster Even Brake Portable Proportional Supplemental Braking System, part number 9400, in my 2014 Ford F-150. And let's stop right here and take a moment. Full disclosure, the install's already done. I did it last weekend. However, I want to talk to you after the fact about the case for whether or not you decide to do this yourself or you decide to take it into a professional to do it. If you have any doubts in your own ability, then don't mess around. The risk is not worth it. Take it into a pro, let them do it. Let's continue on with the install. It's very important to read the entire installation guide. If you don't follow all of the procedures listed, you can get seriously hurt or worse if you don't read or understand or follow the documented procedures. Also, after the initial install is complete and you're going to set up the Even Brake for normal use, you must plug in the unit's 12-volt power cord as the very last step. When you are finished towing and you're going to stow the Even Brake system, make sure that the 12-volt power cord is the very first thing that you disconnect. Remember, last in, first out. Otherwise, the Even Brake could activate while connecting or disconnecting and could cause very serious injury. Also, the manual has several scenarios that vary the installation based on how your vehicle was made. I like to call them if-then statements. If your vehicle has this behavior, then install this item, or then follow this procedure. I recommend carefully reading the entire manual a few times before you even think of starting the installation. The first component of the Even Brake system that is to be installed is the breakaway switch. The pull ring must be facing the motorhome and not have any obstructions between it and the motorhome. Also, make sure that the attachment to your towed vehicle is strong. In the event that your towed becomes separated, this will activate the Even Brake and apply the towed's brakes and bring it to a stop. Next, run the breakaway wiring harness through the firewall. I was able to find and use an existing rubber grommet alongside where the towed's existing wire harness penetrates the firewall. I used the knife to cut a 1/2-inch slot in the rubber grommet. Use zip ties to secure the cable away from anything moving or hot. Seal the grommet hole with silicone, then connect the breakaway wire harness to the breakaway switch. Then I ran the ICX transmitter power and ground wires through the center console of my truck simply because my fuse box is on the passenger side in the footwell. I used a wire clothes hanger to help easily run the wires through the center console. I removed access to the fuse panel, exposing the fuses. I used a 12-volt tester to identify a fuse and power source that was always on. However, when I pulled the fuse, I soon realized that my interior fuse panel used much smaller fuses than I've seen before. Roadmaster provided fuse taps to easily tap into the fuse socket, but due to my smaller sized fuses, the provided taps would not work properly. I simply ran an extra hot wire from another constant hot source. Prior to finding a 12-volt power source, my vehicle-specific instructions were to use the cold side of the brake light switch. After removing the two panels, I was able to access my brake light switch. A simple quarter turn released it from its mount, where I could access its wire harness. I also used a 12-volt tester to determine which wire was the cold wire. I spliced the cold side into the included green wire. I crimped on the included spade terminal and attached it to the only spade terminal on the ICX transmitter. I used the provided 4 screws to mount the ICX transmitter out of the way but still accessible. The following steps assume that your towed is hooked up to your motorhome and the towed is ready to tow. Now, to set up the Even Brake, I'm removing my floor mat. Place the Even Brake on the floor in front of the driver's seat. Attach the brake pedal clamp to the brake pedal. Close the clamp latch and secure with the attached cotter pin. Press the air relief button and slide the Even Brake as far forward as it can get without actually depressing the brake pedal. Then slide your driver's seat forward until it is snug with the Even Brake, again paying attention not to actually press the brake pedal. To make this video easier to record, I have the motorhome monitor in the towed along with me, but it will wind up in the motorhome mounted on the dash. Then connect the unit's blue wire to the ICX transmitter. Then, connect the even brakes power cord to your 12-volt socket. The compressor will start running for about 10 seconds. The motorhome monitor should say ready to test. If it doesn't, there may be a problem that needs investigation, but let's go on. Press the green test button. The ready brake will test the brake 3 times. Here's another look while watching the motorhome monitor. When the test completes, the motorhome monitor will report test is good, system ready, and now you're ready to tow. After arriving at your destination, removing is just as easy. First, remove the 12-volt power plug, then disconnect the blue wire, press the air relief button, then remove the brake pedal clamp, slide your seat back, and you are ready to remove the even brake. The only step remaining is to attach your motorhome monitor to the motorhome dash using the included Velcro adhesive, and you're finished. And that completes the video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can call Roadmaster at 1-800-669-9690, or you can reach them on the web at www.roadmasterinc.com. Until then, this is Mike Gondek from Random Bits RV, and we will see you on the road.